We sing by carnival, we see Batman,
So the main character in the Tollgate play is
Mother Rebecca.
Mother Rebecca, who's an old wizened crone
I haven't got a look at this.
who's desperately trying to find her way through the countryside. Keeps being obstructed by these daft toll gates.
What are you doing? What's this?
What's wrong, Mother Rebecca?
I can't go through. There's a gate.
Whoa, what do you mean you can't go through?
Well, it's locked. Look, there's a bolt.
What is it?
It was closed. There's a bolt. I can't go through.
Oh, it's a gate!
It's a gate.
Oh, you mean the gate?
Can you get it down for me?
You want us to move the gate?
Yes.
Now?
Yes. Come on.
Okay.
I've got a gate.
Anybody got an axe? Yeah, we got an axe. Brilliant. Okay, splitting more will do. Out of the way, Mother. Out of the way. There you go. Take care of.
Oh, please. There we go.
There you are, Mother. There you go. Thank you.
Something like that. So the whole result of this was success. It took a while. The Turnpike Act in 1844 lessened the tolls on the roads, and eventually they were abandoned. So it does work. Although there's always a cost. 3 or 4 of the rioters were sent to Australia and incarcerated. And you can read about their experience in Australia. They wrote ballads out in Australia. It's there's that, you know, people again having to leave there, not even going to prison in Wales, but having to go to prison in Australia, and there's a real sadness in that for me. So we're now looking at
Ladva. So Owen's already spoken to you about emigration that was taking place throughout most of Europe from around the 1600s on. In Wales, one of the most well-known emigrations was that of poor Welsh families to Oladva, which you might know as Patagonia. In 1865, there was a converted tea clipper by the name of the Mimosa that set out from Liverpool docks with 160 souls on board. They were Welsh families from North and South Wales, from the poor mining communities, and also from the crumbling agricultural communities of Mid Wales. The voyage took 2 months. The weather was fair, but life was still very hard on board. Many of the children died. When they get to South America, they're essentially in an alien landscape. They had no idea how to live in this place. They had to live in caves, in the cliff sides, on the shore for a few months before they figured out how to traverse the wilds to the interior. Some of the Native American tribes did come and help them every now and again. But to begin with, for the first few years, life was very, very hard. They endured lots of hardship trying to find out how to live in this new landscape. Over the course of a century, many, many, many shiploads turned up. Lots of people from Europe turned up in South America. Today, around 50,000 Argentinians claim Welsh descent. There is a very large Welsh-speaking community still in Patagonia, in a town called Trelew, where they speak Welsh with a Spanish accent. If you ever get a chance to listen to them, it's lovely, you should go and try it. And there was, well, it's still going on today, there's lots of cultural exchanges backwards and forwards between Wales and Patagonia. One of the families that emigrated out to Patagonia back in 1909 sent their son back. Ar Bryn Williams, as he was known, was a very well-regarded historian and poet. He was a very popular, charismatic personality in Welsh language culture. He was the arch-druid at the National Eisteddfod during the 1970s. But he was better known for winning the chair in 1964. If you don't know, winning the chair at the National Eisteddfod in Wales is the highest accolade any poet can win.
The X Factor.
It's a bit more stylish than the X Factor, but yeah, it's like the X Factor. If you have a look at your books, you'll see that there's a translation of this poem in there. It's called Patagonia. R. Bryn Williams, like all sensitive, intelligent people, he really understood what happened in South America. Poor people from Wales moved to South America because of their poverty, because they essentially couldn't afford to live in their own homeland. So they were displaced by poverty. They turn up in South America, and of course they, unbeknownst to them, caused the further displacement of the Native American tribes. The Native American tribes of North America were totally decimated with the arrival of the white folk. As far as we can tell, something like 16 million Native Americans died throughout the period of a few hundred years. It's the Holocaust that's never spoken about in white culture, of course. But R. Bryn Williams, like many Welsh people, really saw the effects of them turning up as a cause of displacement and displacing the Native American tribes and creating essentially a really bad state of affairs for native people in South America, to the extent where many of these smaller native tribes completely disappeared. And in R. Bryn Williams' poem, he puts these words in the mouth of a Native American chief, talking about the destruction of his people. Cyn gyrru tranc i'n gorod, roedd i ni hir a denydd condor, fewn rhydd o fynydd i fod. Ein dydd mewn gwersyll i ddos, yn heulog neu'n helar wanacos, a chael neb feil chwyl yn os. Ond ebrwydd, gelyn dybryd, a'i ystriw a ddinistriau'n gwynfyd, llawn o boen, tywyll ein byd. Rhoi Beibl a llygru'r bobloedd, a'i foethau yn difetha'r miloedd. Rhoi ni wawr, anwyr oedd. Deiau gofid do'i gyfoedd, ni ddoi'r hedd o'i wareiddiad anoedd, rhyddid bedd ar ddiod boedd. Arfau tân y Cristianos, yn llethu fy llwythau heb achos, a'n troi'n haid eto i'r nos.